Hi girls, I hope you're having an amazing day today. Welcome back to a new episode of the Creative Purpose podcast. Today we're going to be talking about when you're more worried about your audience than you. And this is a topic that I think is very important to acknowledge, and it's not talked very often. And I never heard about this topic before. So I will be telling you about this, but first, a very, very brief behind the scenes. I don't know if you noticed, but I took off the last episode and I will take it back again. And this is also something we all need to acknowledge, that sometimes you will create content and that after you hit publish, you will realize that it's not really aligned to you and to the values you want to portray somehow. Maybe are not very aligned to what you want to show to your audience. And this is also something that happens. So in my case, I felt like I was talking in the previous episode, I was talking like from a place of lack. And instead of talking from a place of love, which is from the place I would rather talk, and maybe I said some things that didn't represent me so much or show myself like I'm a very envy person. That's not true. I was just trying to talk about what it's like having a small business that it's not generating a high income, which, by the way, I also want to talk to you about other thing soon. I will put it on my list, which is passive income and the power of passive income. Just as a brief thing, just as in a nutshell, passive income has been saving me these past months where I haven't been publishing anything for Bliss or Girl, where I've been trying to create things new, a brand new business, a brand new content. Passive income has been saving me a lot, so that's so cool that I really want to talk to you more about passive income, how to generate passive income. And yeah, so that's a very, very important topic to talk if you're thinking of creating a digital business and you're just doing services. Maybe passive income can also help you earn a little bit more of money, that if you quit this thing one day, will keep on generating money with you sleeping, going out, or doing whatever you want. So that's also a topic I thought of, that I think I've been talking about this in the past, but now I'm talking about it from a different perspective. Like when you're no longer working on a business or on a project and you still have the passive income coming to you. So that's a very, very interesting topic. If you would like me to record it, please let me know. I think I will do it soon. But just let's get into today's episode, because I think I will be trying to make the episodes shorter. Sometimes I go around the bushes. I don't know how it's the quote here, but I talk more sometimes than necessary. So let's just begin. I wanted to talk to you about this topic when you're worried about what you're more worried about your audience than you, because I read it from the book The Artist's Way from Julia Cameron. I've been talking to you about this book from a long time. Not a long time, but these past months I've been reading this book and I've been enjoying it a lot. And I wanted to talk to you about it because in the book Julia says that there was a point in her career, she's a writer, but there was a point in her career where she was so worried about her students that she started neglecting her own needs for creating art. So she was teaching about writing, about creating art, but she wasn't really creating art herself. She was neglecting that part of herself because she was so worried of helping her students. And when I read this part of the book, I felt totally related to Julia because in my case, I started creating things for language learning because I wanted to use things like that to learn my target languages. And this is related to Bliss a Girl, my first business. And I started because of that, because I loved language learning and I wanted to create products to help me and help others too. But as I started creating this business and growing it, and I started to write articles and post on Pinterest, post on Instagram, I started to neglect my own language learning needs in order to fulfill the needs of my audience or the needs of my potential customers or my already customers who maybe wanted to purchase something else from me. So I was neglecting my own language learning needs in order to help others more. So instead of creating things and then using them myself and growing my language journey at the same time that my audience, I was like cheering my audience and helping them become better language learners, get organized. But I was like every day slowing down my own path and practicing less and getting a little bit unorganized because I was not unorganized, but I wasn't really doing the things like setting a time to study and those things that I was doing before. I started helping others because I found that organization was really helpful for me, and I felt so happy when I found the time to practice foreign languages, and I wanted to share that with the world, with other people. And as soon as I started with that, my own practice became less and less consistent. So that was my case, that I realized I am helping others, but I'm not doing it myself now. I'm not doing it because in trying to help other people, in trying to create more products, in trying to create more content about language learning, I getting less time for myself and to practice my own target languages. So in your case, that may look like, for example, if you're a mindset coach and you're helping other people to have a growth mindset, to have more aligned lives, and you're trying to help these people, coaching them, doing one-on-one coaching, or doing YouTube videos, or posting on social media, and then you start getting so overwhelmed with everything you have to do that your own mindset starts collapsing. Or if you're a healthy food influencer, for example, and you're teaching people how to cook healthy pastries, healthy cakes, healthy pies, healthy cookies, and it comes a moment when you want to help so much, you want to create so many different types of content, so many different YouTube videos with the recipes of healthy food, that you start not getting enough time for yourself and for your own health. And so you, instead of cooking things for you, the things you want to eat, you end up eating everything you're creating for your audience, or even junk food, fast food, because you don't have the time to take care of your own health. If you're an illustrator and you want to help your audience to learn how to draw, learn how to create characters, how to create landscapes, and you are creating these beautiful videos and taking all the time or most of your days to create these videos, edit the videos, upload the videos, create content for social media, and do commissions, and then you don't even illustrate yourself the things you want to illustrate, the things that you are passionate about, because you're creating so many content for other people and helping other people learn how to draw, that you don't take the time to do it yourself. Those are the moments when you're more worried about your audience, about your clients, than you. And we all need to find a balance, because it's true there are many people who do find balance, but there are many others who don't. I include myself in this place. But if you are in this position, you have to never forget to cultivate that thing you're helping others cultivate. If you're a mindset coach, also get coached in mindset. You can coach yourself or try to find people who can coach you. If you're a healthy food influencer, not only try to help others eat the recipes that you create, but also eat them yourself or try other food yourself, other healthy food. Try to maybe go to other places where they sell healthy food, so that you not only do the thing and preach the thing, but also walk the talk. If you're an illustrator, for example, not only draw for other people or to help other people, but draw for yourself and have the time aside for yourself to sit down in your cozy sofa or in your table and start drawing with the music you like as a background, or white noise, whatever you prefer, ASMR videos. So try to take time for yourself to do the thing that you're helping other people to do, because if you don't do it at the end, you will feel like you're not a failure, but a fraud. That's how I felt. You may feel like you're a fraud, like you are preaching about something that you don't even do yourself, like you're helping others do something that you're not even doing. And this is something, it happened to me. Like I was so focused on helping others learn languages that I wasn't learning the languages myself. And maybe it can happen to you in any other way with any other project you have. So the thing here is to keep on cultivating this thing, this project you have, this ability, this skill, because if you don't, you will feel like there's something wrong here. I know, for example, Franerd. Franerd is an illustrator I really like. She's from my country. She's Chilean, but she lives in New York. And I remember when she started, she was creating a lot of commissions for other people. I really remember her doing courses and things like that about illustration, and also doing commissions for businesses, for magazines, I think, or a newspaper. I think it was a magazine, maybe other websites and companies. So she was working for other people so much that maybe there was a point where she wasn't creating the things she really wanted to create. But as her career started growing and she gained a bigger audience thanks to YouTube, and now she has her Patreon, which is very, very successful, I think. There are many people that have joined her Patreon account. She now has that freedom to not only create for others, but she's creating for herself, and she's doing her graphic novels and she's doing comics for Instagram. So she's not only creating for others, but she's doing what she wants to do, what she wants to create, drawing what she likes. And she also has her journal that every day, or I don't know if every day, but I think every week she takes it off and she draws about people that she sees on the street and things like that. So it's like she's nurturing her skill in a way that feels aligned to her, in a way that feels gentle to her, in a way that she feels joy. Not only nurturing a skill in order to help others. Helping others is a part of the process of having a business, of the process of creating a small business, creating a project, creating content. Helping others is very important, because if you're not helping anyone, there's no point of creating things. But at the same time, you need to keep on nurturing your skill, nurturing the thing you are doing in a way that feels personal, in a way that maybe no one will see it, but you feel like you're doing it, so you can then find better ways to help others. As I was not nurturing my language skills, I got to a point where I didn't know how to help others, because as I wasn't even learning myself, I didn't know how to help other people learn more. I already knew my previous tips, but I wasn't getting ideas for new tips. So that's very important. If you're a healthy food influencer, for example, and you're not really trying new foods, then you're going to keep on doing the same recipes. every day or creating recipes that you don't even like. So you need to create things that you like and eat them yourself first and enjoy them yourself, so that then you can create the same thing or replicate something similar for your audience. And this works for any niche, any theme, anything that you want to create, anything that you're working on right now. I think that's very important. If you're not doing it yourself, if you're not nurturing this skill, this ability, or the thing you're doing to help others, if you're not doing it yourself, if you're not working on that yourself, maybe it's a sign that there is a misalignment somewhere. Maybe that's a sign that maybe this thing is not longer the thing that you really want to do, and you are doing it, you're still doing it because you think like this is the only way you can help others. And this is when you have two options, like find the alignment again, changing the thing, tweaking the thing somehow, so that you not only keep on doing this thing, but also change it in order to help people in a different way, but that at the same time feels better for you. So if, for example, you create YouTube videos talking about, I don't know, like psychology, let's say psychology. So you talk about psychology and you face the camera in every video, but there's a point where you feel this misalignment, like I don't feel like comfortable doing this. So maybe instead of doing that, you can tweak it and still do the videos talking about psychology, but this time instead of facing the camera and in the whole video, mixing that with some captions of yourself journaling. So there you are sharing people how you journal, and this maybe it's not going to be something that you are recording and faking, but it's maybe your own journaling routine, the actual journaling routine you do, and you record that. And then you also record when you are reading, like a quick caption of you reading in your sofa or taking a walk. So this is not going to be a change of niche, a change of topic, something that your audience won't maybe like, but it's something that maybe you will enjoy more, will make you feel like you are also doing the thing yourself, the things that you are talking about. And at the same time, people may feel more identified with you. So I'm not saying that if you feel this misalignment, or if you feel like you're not taking care of or nurturing your skill, you need to do YouTube videos. No, this is just like an example, but it can be in any form, like in Instagram posts or with articles. So try to find a way that you feel more aligned. And if you still don't feel aligned, which is something that happened to me sometimes, that I still didn't feel aligned, maybe this is a sign that you need to change what you're doing, the topic of the thing you're doing. Maybe you enjoy creating podcasts, but the podcast that you're recording is not aligned to you right now. You started creating podcasts about horror stories, but now you don't enjoy horror stories anymore, and you are more spiritual, and you'd like to talk about spirituality and tarot reading. And maybe instead of changing everything, just keep on doing podcasts, but now change the topic. This is an example from, or not this actual, but I want to tell you an example from a YouTuber I follow since 2013, I think, or before that. She's called Raiza Reveles. She's from Mexico, and she's a booktuber. She started as a booktuber. This is how I started watching her videos. Like, she was talking about the books of Pretty Little Liars and the books from Cassandra Clare. So she every time would talk about books, fantasy books especially. Then, as time went by, she started creating tutorials too. So she talked about books, like the books of the year, her favorite books from the year, the worst books she read in the year. But at the same time, she also included some videos about tutorials, like how to decorate a cake. I don't know the topics, but it was like food tutorials, like creating a cupcake or cooking something. And then she started changing again. And right now, she has totally changed the type of content she talks about. And she started talking more about mysterious things like creepypastas and horror stories and like games that are a little bit scary to play. So things like that. And then after all this time, she wrote a book, a horror stories book. And then she also founded a group, like a group of people that talks about horror story. It's called La Sociedad de las Pesadillas, which can be translated to the Nightmare Society. And she records videos with some friends, and they all tell stories, horror stories and creepypastas. So she totally changed every single theme or topic in her YouTube videos, but she never changed her channel. She still has the same channel, YouTube channel that she started with. And people have been following her through all her different eras, all the different periods of her life, all the different changes, and she has millions of followers online. She now also records a podcast with a guy, and they talk about alien stories, something like that. So she's getting very famous and doing what she likes, her passions. So maybe you can do something like that. Like maybe you started with something that you're not very aligned to, but now you're changing, your life changed, your priorities in life changed, and you can totally change your content. And you don't need to tell people like, I won't upload anything else here because I'm moving to another part. Maybe you can do that. That's something I'm planning on doing, like inviting people to join me now in my new projects. But if you haven't done that, if you still haven't done that, or you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. You don't have to change everything you have created. Just change the topic or the niche or the kind of content you create for the same niche. So that's just if you think that there's a misalignment somewhere in your business. So this is my advice. These are my tips. If you really feel like there's something wrong with your niche, if you think like this skill, you don't want to keep on nurturing it because you're not really passionate about this anymore, and you feel like you still need to keep on helping people even if you don't like what you're doing, I really recommend you to get to a point where you really stop this and find a new thing that motivates you. I'm sure that there are other things that you may enjoy more doing. And maybe that's what I've been also thinking for myself. Like, I enjoy creating things. I enjoy teaching people how to create things. I enjoy recording this podcast. And I enjoy also spirituality topics. So maybe I will go deeper on that part someday. But you need to be open to this. You need to realize of the exact moment where things are getting misaligned, where things are looking a little bit odd for you, like something is going wrong here. Learn to realize about those things and then try to see how to change, what to tweak, and so that you end up with the business you like, with a business you love. And maybe you don't need to keep on doing the same thing forever. That's also something you need to learn. Sometimes we feel like we need to keep on doing the same thing forever because when we were younger, our parents or grandparents or someone told us that we needed to find a job and work in that same job forever, because that's something that our parents did or the elders did. They found a job and they got stuck with the job forever. They never got fired. They never went to another place. They were every single day working for the same company until they retired. But that's something that it's not for today's world. Today's world is totally different, and our generations, younger generations, are different. We want to experience different things, and if you don't like what you're doing, why would you push yourself to do that for the rest of your life? Yes, maybe you can do something you don't enjoy because you want to earn some money and save some money in order to do what you want to do, and that's totally fine. If that's your plan, if you don't have the money right now, you can totally do it. But you don't need to keep on doing the same thing forever just because other people told you that was the best way to earn money or to make a stable income. I think you can totally change when you feel like, and if you get to a point where the changes you did took you to the best place you could be in, I'm sure that that will make you more successful because you will have more energy and more excitement to create the things you love. If you've been writing blog posts for 3 years about, design, and you don't really enjoy that, but you're doing it because you have an audience and because somehow you think you have to do that for the rest of your life, and then one day you realize you really would rather illustrating things, and then you start illustrating with the fear that maybe this is not for me, but it's something that you love doing. There will come a point where I'm sure that as you enjoy doing this and you're going to do it better and better and better and making more and more progress, one day you will start getting more and more and more clients and more people paying you for the art you do, and people watching your YouTube videos where you show your art. So it's not a matter of what makes you feel like this is going to work because it works for others, but something that you enjoy doing because it works for you and you enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, then you will make other people enjoy it as well. So have always that in mind. And don't forget to cultivate your own skills. The skill you are teaching to other people, cultivate it yourself. Not because you want to be better, but because you enjoy doing it. If you enjoy doing this thing, people will notice and they will also want to do it themselves. So you will be helping more people that way. And now it comes the recommendation of the week. So honestly, I didn't think on this part of the episode. I didn't think on the recommendation, but now I'm thinking on something that I want to recommend to you. I want to recommend you Wandering Aimfully. Wandering Aimfully is a business made by two people, Jason Suk and Caroline Suk, and they are coaches. They coach people in their businesses. They have this membership that I think it's opening for March. They have their enrollment. I'm not a sponsored or affiliate, so I won't leave any link. But if you look them for on Instagram or on Google, like Wandering Aimfully, I bet you will find everything you need to know about this launch. But the cool thing about them, and this is a thing that kept me following their things and listening to their podcast and reading their emails, is that they are very funny. They are very funny, and they don't talk about business like in a very serious way, elegant way with a suit and talking about important stuff like taxes and marketing and copywriting. They do that, but they do it in a fun way, using analogies, images, concepts that are funny, and they make jokes in between. So it's very, very interesting to learn about business with them. I really learned a lot. I have put into practice many of their tips. Some of them have worked for me, some of theirs haven't, but that's because of my own business, which maybe it's not aligned to the specific tip I tried to put into practice. But I really have a lot of fun when I watch their videos. Today I watched one video they uploaded from Lisboa because they are traveling full-time in Europe. So right now they are in Ireland, I think, but before that they were in Lisboa in Portugal. So they made a whole video talking about every place they visited, the food they ate, the restaurants they went to, and it was beautiful to look at, beautiful images, landscapes. Everything was so beautiful, their tips, and there were also some jokes there, so it was funny to watch as well. I always binge their podcast. I try to listen to their podcast episodes every time I cook because I have so much fun. I don't feel like I'm cooking something. I feel like I'm having fun. I'm learning something at the same time. I'm laughing in between. So I really want to recommend this business to you. They're not uploading things to Instagram right now, but you can still go and check their Instagram account. They have plenty of things that are very interesting, very good posts, very funny reels. So if you want to check that out, Wandering Aimfully, or also on their YouTube channel and in their website, you can find many articles that are very informative and at the same time interesting to read. If you subscribe to their newsletter, it's also something so fun to read. I really enjoy receiving their newsletter every single week. It's something I'm like eager to receive. I really want to receive it because I have so much fun reading it. And yeah, so don't forget it, Wandering Aimfully. You're going to have a lot of fun with Caroline and Jason. You will find a lot of fun with them. So this is all for today's episode. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you want to support me, if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching from YouTube, or rank the episode on Spotify if you're listening on Spotify. And I would love to read a review from you or a comment in this episode. If you enjoyed it, please comment something like, what do you think about this one? So have a beautiful day ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.